Goldfish was the first shoot I went on after.
Wow.
Uh, so I remember that for her, I mean, for both of us, it was very difficult. Zindagi, my fondest memories are the ridiculous outfits that I would have to wear.
Hi, Kalki. Welcome to Koimoi. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Yeah. A little sleepy because I'm doing night shoots, so a little disoriented, but all good.
All right. So we're gonna talk about Goldfish today. All right. I saw the trailer first of all. It made me visit my own relationship with my mother. It made me think about the relationship that I had with my mother. That kind of impactful it was. Took me through a lot of emotions. Right now, congratulations, you're also a mother. Tell me how's the motherhood treating you right now, and how are you enjoying it? Let's start with that.
Yeah, it's been quite a ride being a mother and being a mother in the pandemic.
All right.
So, born just after just before the first lockdown. And suddenly, we were completely insulated, not meeting anybody, and dealing with this, little creature that was crying through the night. And I was having to, wake up every couple of hours for breastfeeding. It was a really tough, tough, tough start. But it was also a golden time in the sense that I didn't have any pressure to go back to work. I was
Mm-hmm.
at home. I could be with her 24/7. And actually, Goldfish was the first shoot I went on after.
Wow.
Uh, so I remember that for her, I mean, for both of us, it was very difficult because she had complete access to Mama all day long, all the time, 24/7. And she had never understood this, that I could not be there. And
Mm-hmm.
so I really like take time to like uh, get her to bond with the nanny, to like to have time with somebody else. Yeah, it was quite a challenge.
All right. Okay, so the trailer that I saw, it shows a journey, all right, between mother and daughter and their unbreakable bond, right? Kalki, if I want to ask you something like how important is human bonding, in self-discovering yourself, being as an actor as well, also as a not an actor, how does it help the bonding, the human bonding?
I mean, I think it's everything, right? We're here to
Mm-hmm.
learn about each other and how to better communicate with each other, how to forgive. This movie is about forgiveness, actually. It's
Mm-hmm.
not an ideal mother daughter bond. They haven't spoken to each other for years, they have a lot of trouble between them. And they're forced in a way to come together during this pandemic situation, and because of her mother's illness, because of her mother's memory going. So it's many reasons that bring them together, but they learn to forgive each other. I think that's the main thing that we have to learn in all our relationships. That if we keep recording what the other person did, and
Mm-hmm.
then they record what you did, you'll never get through. Somewhere
Correct.
you just have to get it and be like, it's okay, let's move on.
All right, that works. On the other hand, you're also playing a character in Made in Heaven season 2, right? There you're dealing with a divorce. So there are two contrast characters that you're playing right now. So tell me, being an actor, does it help, to play a different character and forget about the character that you have played earlier? And it keeps you mentally sane as well. Is that a process that actor follows? Like you leave the emotions and everything behind, you deep dive into something new and you explore that thing?
Of course. I mean, you change your character every time you may do another movie. It's different. Every character, yeah, it's that yeah. I mean, when you're doing a movie, like some movies require much more intensity and concentration, like
Mm-hmm.
Margarita with a Straw. So
Mm-hmm.
that time I didn't pick up any other work because that film was kind of took all my energy. And after I left that, it took some time to just let go and shed that character off because it was
Mm-hmm.
so practiced. For 6 months, I was so practiced in the body movements and the speech patterns of Leila. But otherwise, yeah, you jump in and out of different characters all the time because you're shooting. You shot half of Made in Heaven, but then you got Goldfish coming in between. Then you go back to Made in Heaven set. So yeah, you got to be able to jump in and out.
And If I have to ask you if you're not an actor and you have to deal with those emotions, like separate yourself from an actor, and how do you deal with it if you were not an actor then?
When I have emotions, I talk to a therapist. It really depends. There are many techniques, of course. But for me, I've found over the years that a combination of quiet time, inner time, whatever that might be. It might be meditation, it might be journaling, some form of communicating with your thoughts and your insights and understanding what is this voice inside you, what is it telling you. That's very important. And the second one is therapy, having a neutral professional person on the outside, uh, being able to give you perspective, because many times our family members or ourselves, we are not able to see the thing properly, so you need somebody with some distance to look at it.
I get it. All right, but I also have to talk about something that happened. All right, 2 decades have been passed, like 2 movies, 1 decade. All right, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, Ye Jawani Hai Diwani. Did you realize it's been 10 and 11 years that the movies have passed by? And recently we saw a lot of articles coming, on that. We cherished it. We saw it. We saw the movie again and again. If I have to ask if you have to go back, and think about some fondest memory that you have from both the movies and you would like to share it with us, it will be great.
I think for Zindagi, my fondest memories are the ridiculous outfits that I would have to wear. I would be like in heels the size of apartments,
All right.
and like, one very tight, like, catsuit type of outfit. And I remember like having a great time with the fashion element. And of course, we can't forget Bhagwati. And then with Ye Jawani, I think just the whole road trip. So Ayan basically decided when we started shooting for the film that we weren't very close friends. We didn't know each other. So he just threw us all in a car,
Okay.
and we drove for like 2 days. We did a road trip to Manali and stopped on the way and all those things. So I think that that really helped us get to know each other, like
All right.
finding Lou in the middle of nowhere, and eating in dhabas and all that stuff. It you get to know the real people. So yeah.
All right. Okay, Kalki, you're returning to Twitter after 4 years now with Goldfish, right? Um, Nervous, excited. How is Kalki feeling right now? And what are the expectations of the movie, if I have to ask?
I'm just very excited and happy and grateful. I mean, it went from no releases for like 4 years to now 2 releases in the same month.
Yeah.
So it's strange and it's overwhelming and exciting. And of course, I really hope that this small, I mean, I have no doubts that Made in Heaven season 2 is going to be watched uh, superbly, and people are going to have a great time with that show. I also hope that people will go to the theater and watch Goldfish, because it's a smaller film. It doesn't have that many big actors, so but it's really a very beautiful film. We've taken it to many festivals, had many fantastic reviews, and I think it's a very relatable film, because we all have mothers or fathers, and we all have slightly unfinished business with our elders, and
That's
that subject is not talked about very often in our cinema.
And this movie talks about it in a very beautiful way. If you look at the trailer, it does. It does make you
Yeah.
think.